when we lose someone, the worst thing we could do is to mourn in their absence. Instead, remember that love demands action to carry the care and connection forward. Our responsibility is to continue to uplift, nurture, and support the ones who remain, and in doing so, honor those we've lost. This is the quote that I live by and I've learned from. Hello, my name is Timothy Park, and I'm currently a junior in Valor International Scholars. When I was in 6th grade, I lost my grandpa to brain cancer. For at least 2 weeks, I did not acknowledge or didn't want to accept his death. It was an unexpected and devastating moment in my life because this was my very first time losing someone whom I truly loved. He was someone I was incredibly close to, someone I could rely on, and he nurtured me when I was young while my parents were busy working 24/7. Soon, my worries switched to my grandmother. She was left alone in the world with nothing but bittersweet memories, depression, and loneliness. Her loneliness was something that I wanted to change and worried about the most. My heart broke for her, and since then, it was a turning point for me to help senior communities, not just out of pity, but for all of those who are left alone in their later years. Today, we are facing a striking global shift. The elderly population is growing at an alarming rate. As of 2024, approximately 19.2% of South Korea's population is aged 65 or over, and the proportion is expected to surpass 40% by 2060. The aging problem does not end in South Korea. In a global scale, there are approximately 8.16 billion people who are aged 65 or over, and an annual increase of about 70 million people. This growing population isn't just a statistic. It represents real people. People like your grandma who are facing a future with uncertainty. While life expectancy increases, the disproportionate growth between elder care program and the elderly population exacerbates the problem. But I want to make something clear. I'm not here to say that an aging population is inherently the problem. The challenge is not that the people are aging, it's that as this population grows, the systems in place to provide care and treatment have not kept up with the demand. Approximately 40% of elders in South Korea live below the poverty line. Moreover, the number of elderly workers is projected to outnumber those in their 20s by 2030. Imagine that almost half of the elderly live with financial instability, deprived of the basic comforts of life. That's not just their problem. It is also a problem for all of us. It is a reflection of how we, as a society, treat the most vulnerable among us. Let's take a moment to pause and reflect. Imagine for a second that this is our future. What if in the years to come, you find yourself alone, struggling to live? What if the people you love the most aren't there to help, and the government-oriented organizations are not in the place to support? What if you find yourself helpless, facing challenges of aging, physical limitations, financial difficulties, in an isolated society that has moved on without you? This is a future that will be here sooner than we think. It's not just the elderly we need to take care of, it is ourselves. Aging should not be seen as a burden, but as a phase in life deserving of care, respect, and dignity. Yet, we continue to overlook the needs of the elderly until it is too late. Every action comes from empathy. It is about seeing others' experience as your own, putting yourself in their shoes, not out of pity, but from a sense of shared humanity. And what does that look like? It would mean creating spaces where they feel valued, embracing the elderly as an essential part of the community. As a society, we need to take action to mitigate the problem. The changes we make today will determine the kind of world tomorrow. So, what can we do about this? How can we take the issue of elderly care from a crisis to a solution? Well, there are many ways we can help, and it starts with what we can do individually and collectively. Through my organizations, Seniors for Tomorrow, we have initiated global-scale programs that could improve the lives of elderly people. In one of our main projects, we have cooperated with other international organizations to teach seniors how to use technology. And we offer workshops and resources for seniors to learn how to operate smartphones, access online services, and etc. Furthermore, we have organized a global volunteering programs where each chapter establishes a senior house and gathers volunteers to initiate weekly programs and events. Moreover, we organize awareness campaigns to advocate for seniors' health and social inclusion. But these are just the beginning. We can think bigger, and we should. I introduce you guys to the Senior Support Network, an international program where seniors from different countries or regions can communicate and develop their community. The Senior Support Network will launch as an interactive Facebook page where elders are engaged in fun and informative conversations. Every day, the page will feature a daily dose information along with fun and interesting topics to discuss. Together, we can create a future where the elderly live not just longer, but better. It's time we treat them with the care and respect they deserve. The solutions are within our reach. It starts with empathy and understanding that we are all connected. As a future elderly generation, it is on us to create a future where aging with dignity is the norm. I ask all of you right now to take responsibility, to step up and consider the needs of the elderly. Because here is the truth. Aging is inevitable. Eventually, we will be the ones in their shoes. It could be us tomorrow, struggling to get the care and respect that we deserve, isolated and forgotten by a system that has failed to adapt. The focus is not on when we grow old, but how we will grow old and as a community. The way we treat our elderly today will define the world tomorrow. Do not wait for that day to come. Let's create the world we want to live in before it is too late. Whether it is volunteering, pushing for better policies, or simply reaching out to someone who needs a friend. The time to act is now. Let's show the world what true empathy looks like. Let's show that we will not stand by and let the elderly be forgotten. If we don't act now, this trend will continue to grow, and soon it will affect all of us. The elderly are not someone else's responsibility, they are our responsibility. They are our parents, grandparents, neighbors, and even our future selves. Imagine a society where we don't just wait for elder people to help. We proactively create a system of care, connection, and dignity. Let's be the generation that changes the narrative for our elders, and in doing so, changes the way we all grow old. Thank you.